Hello everybody, welcome back to Commonwealth. Flipper, I see a pepper cat out here, I see a dog. Let me tell you, I don't know if eBay's buyers have gone crazy, but I've been getting a ton of cancellations lately, and one that is just off the charts insane. Or if there's a problem with eBay, and I think it's a combination of both, to be honest with you, and I want to talk about it, but got some really good sales today. Let's go take a look. I guess it's admission time. Before I start here, I'll just make an admission here. I have canceled 2 orders that I've purchased on eBay, and I canceled them before they were shipped out. So I've got to at least say that. But both times, and this will go to the point I want to make, I think there's a bit of a combination in why I'm seeing an uptick right here in cancellations. Turns out they're fussing with a dog or something. Both times I made cancellations, I made a big mistake. Somebody sent me an offer on something that I had listed. Not on my item, but it was the same item. And the reason they did is because I was doing comps and I looked up that item. When I looked up that item, I guess in eBay's algorithm, you know, it shows that the person I looked it up from, it shows me as a possible buyer, and they send an offer and I clicked, yeah, accept, thinking I was selling the item, but in reality, I was buying the item. And I did that one time and I'm like, well, that was dumb of me. But I understood why they sent it, right? But I didn't heart the thing. I didn't save it, anything like that. And then the next time I did it again, I immediately knew I did it again. I'm like, well, I wasn't even thinking. I was just pressing buttons. And so I think that might be where some of it is coming from. But I've got 3 cancellations on orders right after they purchased them. Like within minutes of being purchased. It's happened 3 times in a week. I guess as it gets close to, you know, the holiday season here, Thanksgiving coming up, and people are inside and it gets dark early. Maybe that is an uptick on the Bibles. I don't know. This one, whenever I see the tabs, I usually grab them. This was well-loved, well-used Bible. It's even got names and stuff in it. And I don't remember where I picked this one up. But if I see those tabs like that, even if it's used, I usually buy it. It's a King James Version Bible. That reminds me, you know what? That's going to lead to a different topic. Nelson Press. Words of Christ in red. So when you have something different, right? Red letter, have the books already in here. That usually means it's going to sell if it's in decent shape. And this is used, but it's in good shape. Genuine leather. $24.95 plus shipping. I also got 2 cancellations this week. One was somebody was kind of hemming and hawing over it, and they kind of regretted it. And they sent messages, and I was like, hey, you know, just cancel it if you want. And then another one, actually, you know, I take it back. One happened last week. And this week, different than those 2. And those had to do with address problems. And one was a request for a cancellation. Here's a Fozzie Bear puppet. And this one, I think I picked this up at 127, I think. Whenever I get the puppets, I usually list them also as golf club head covers. Cheat a little bit, but hey, it works for, you know, get a little 3-wood or something. You can put that in there. And some people buy it when they're looking up Muppet club head covers or something. It just gives you a little bit more of a visibility out there. This one didn't go for much, sold for $14.95 plus shipping. As Carrie American Arbitrage says on the Trash to Cash podcast, you can make anything a puppet if you try hard enough. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Been waiting a while for this one to sell. It does have this issue down here, but pretty cool old shirt. Stone Cold stuff usually sells pretty good. This is from 1998. It is a double stitch and Delta tag right here. And it's made in the USA. Assembled in the USA. Take it back. That shirt right there, I think I had it listed higher. But I took an offer for 30, or I sent an offer. They sent me a message saying, hey, can you do 35 bucks on it? I think I had it listed for, I don't know, 45.50. So how about 39? They said, yeah, we'll do it. So we sent that out. And got a sale, $39 plus shipping. So it used to be the old mentality of, hey, when somebody sends you a message and they say that the address is wrong, can you ship it to the address? The conventional wisdom used to be, don't ever do that. Don't ever do it. Because you might not be protected and whatever. And that's kind of changed over the years. And now it's like, hey, they put it in a message. You know, you're going to be protected on this. Just go ahead and ship it to that address. But I still don't do it all the time. Just simply because I forget sometimes. Because I get all, you know, they send a message in the messaging system. I ship the thing 2 days later and I'm going quick. And my wife saw that message and she's like, I won't forget. Don't cancel it. I won't forget. I'm like, just cancel it. it'll be okay. They'll rebuy it. She's like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm like, okay. So she has to remember now, because I can blame it on her if she doesn't. So if any of you ever made that mistake that I mentioned earlier, where you think you're getting an offer on something that you're selling and accept it, I bet there's some people who are willing to admit they're dumb like me out there. Maybe dumb is a harsh word. And I'd also say that there are slightly more sales during Q4. People are listing more items, and so therefore they're comping more items. And I think it happens a little bit more when it's like returns. You get more returns when you sell more stuff. You know, they call Q1 the return season, right? So this was a crazy sale, y'all. There was more of it back there. Went up in this sale just a couple weeks ago, and they had a bunch of stuff laid out. And I'm like, how much for this? She's like, free. Everything over here is free. Anything on that side is $1 or something like that. I'm like, really? And I started looking, and there were cords and rock band stuff, and found 2 dongles in there. I'm like, geez. And these sold quickly. I didn't need to send a 5% offer, but I had some watchers. I'm like, what the heck? $28.50 for that rock band dongle right there. So easy. And I did buy some other stuff from them anyways that I didn't really want, but I wanted to pay them something because I got some Bose stuff in there as well. It's like, holy moly. So that's not a bad little sale for free. So have you seen an uptick in cancellations? Have you seen an uptick in returns? Have you ever had a problem lately in the last, say, couple of years with somebody who asked you to send it to a different address and something goes wrong and eBay doesn't back you up? I have not heard much of that. I got this hat, I think, from Carrie, American Arbitrage. It's a California, this is going to be a stadium giveaway, an SGA Arco, a gas station I used to get when I lived out there. I used to get off of my job. I would go to school. Oh, well, I'm telling a story now. My senior year, I'd get out of high school at like 11:35. And because I had taken classes and stuff and I was on a work program. So I went down one city away into Redlands, California, and I work for 2 hours. I'd work from 12 to 2. Then I would turn around and come back because I had to go to practice. I would stop at the Arco, the AMP in there, and get these 99-cent cheeseburgers that were terrible, but I was poor. I had no money. My parents were living in Oregon at the time. And I'd eat my cheeseburgers and fill up on my 79-cent gas for $5, you know, not fill up, but you get the point. And that's about as much money as I had. And then I would go to practice until about 5:36. And then I'd get back to work, and I'd work from 7 till 9:30, and I'd do it all again the next day. I guess I didn't tell you anything about the hat. I love it. It's got the green on it, the red, little Angels Christmas hat. Probably a giveaway in July, you know, Christmas in July at Anaheim Stadium. So for $14.95 plus shipping. See, I told you it was the season for selling Bibles, and this one, oh, maybe I will. This is not a leather bound. This is a hardback Calvin Legacy Edition, $15.99 Geneva Bible. And this one sold, look at that. This one sold for the same price as this one. It sold for $24.95 plus shipping, and I picked it up super cheap. This, I'll tell you some history. I just can't help it when it comes to stuff like this. I was an AP World History teacher, so you got to forgive me. This Bible is the $15.99 edition, and there was a $15.60 edition, if I have my dates right, if I remember correctly, because the first Bible came out that was printed in, it was German, with Gutenberg's printing press, which was a 15th century invention that really revolutionized all of world history. In some ways, you could argue that led eventually to the American Revolution, which of course led to all the other revolutions. But, whew, boy, I could go on so many rabbit trails here. I guess I'll just say this. This Bible, not this one, the 1560 edition, if you know the history of England, when Mary came to power, Bloody Mary, she was a Catholic, and there was always that back and forth, you know, between the Protestants and the Catholics, ever since Luther and all that. And the Bibles, of course, with the Catholics wanted to be printed in Latin, and Luther rebels, and they printed in German. This, I believe, I don't want to say this, not being certain, but I believe the 1560 edition is, if not the first, one of the first Bibles printed in English. I should probably look that up. I know it's one of, but I think it is the first. This is the thing, since Thanksgiving's coming up, this is what would have come with the Pilgrims. Well, not this one. The 1560 version would have come with the Pilgrims. This one may have came with the, well, no, that was 1620, so it might very well have been this one. And then, Jamestown 1607. Of course, Jamestown's named after King James, which is what this one is, which is also a Reformation Bible, if you will. It was printed in English. But they had changes. The way they treated, there's always politics intertwined in all this stuff, right? The political language in the Geneva Bible didn't necessarily support a strong monarch, which is what James wanted to be. And so there was changes well, not changes, I suppose. There were different translations in the way they treated powers that be, governments that be. Boy, I'm really boring people. Any rate, let's just say this. Maybe I'll do a top 10 video on the most valuable Bibles. Most of them you're not going to come across, from the early translations from Greek and Hebrew, but into Latin. But that would be an interesting video. I can tell you, if you had a first edition Geneva Bible, or an original one, you are in for a lot of money. I guess I didn't make the connection why it's the Geneva Bible. Mary was, well, she was Bloody Mary. She was killing Protestants, and so a lot of them left to Geneva, Switzerland, which of course has a history. Is this the right one, or is this one? I think this is it. Of being a safe haven for folks, and that's where they produced that Bible over there, because they could no longer do it in England. And when Elizabeth comes to power, this is of course after Henry VIII, the daughters of Henry VIII, then she makes, I think this starts to be printed in England as well, until the KJV, of course. William Rogers here. This set right here, they don't always have to be sterling to be worth something, right? This set right here, because it was complete, sold for 40 bucks. Plus shipping. I guess I still haven't told you about the craziest story for returns or cancellations, which I'll tell you in just a second. This one kind of blew my mind. I didn't even respond. That's how crazy it was. Harley Davidson ornaments. We sold, I gotta make sure. This is a 4-pack. I thought 2 4-packs sold. I'll have to double check and look. I believe I have another set of these, but I got these in a great Harley buy. And these right here sold for $34.95 plus shipping. And I actually just realized this one to Jody. Saw a message. So Jody, thank you. And this one to David, and it says repeat buyer. I don't know that means you're a viewer, because they also bought 4 more of these, which would have made them a repeat buyer. There's the other set. So I will thank you, David, even though you're probably not hearing this because I don't think you're a viewer. I just think you saw the Harley ornaments and picked them up. So that's 70 bucks plus shipping. So I was already a little bit frustrated with the cancellations. I'd much rather them cancel it before I ship the dumb thing, but this was one of those. It says, "Good afternoon. I would like to cancel my order at this time. It was made by mistake." Which, like I just said, I've made a mistake twice. I'm wondering if it's the same thing. I should look up who the comment was from and see if they're a seller and see if they had that same item and see if it was the same mistake. I apologize for any inconvenience this may have caused. Please refund me in a timely manner. Thank you very much. But then immediately after that message, this is what I read. It is a Epic Champion baseball game. I sold for $74.95. And this message says, "Hi, still haven't received this. Can you provide an update? Thank you." I'm like, what in the world? I'm like, I don't even remember this game. And so I click on the item and realize that this thing sold in November 21st of 2023. I'm like, what? So I looked to see if I can even find tracking that old, and I couldn't unless I'm doing something wrong. But I didn't even respond to that. I'm like, it's been a year, or just about a year, since you bought this thing. I'm like, something is weird here. It just doesn't make any sense. So have you ever got a message like that a year later, and would you respond? I didn't even respond to it. Pepper she's come in here. I turn the camera off sometimes, but every time I open that door, she's in here today. She must be lonely. Let's see here. Shad Juice's drawer, maybe. Yeah, here it is. This is a little cameo that I picked up in a lot of stuff, and it just looks super old and cool. I'm like, you know what, I'm going to list it. Used all the fancy keywords and everything, and it eventually sold, but it sold at 30% off, unfortunately, but still, I'm into it for pennies, and it sold for $17.49. Just trying to focus. Plus shipping. Pepper. No. Pepper gets into trouble in here. I've been nice to her, letting her in here today, but there you go. Come out here. A lot less trouble out here. Matter of fact, let's just let you out. I'll get you a treat outside. Come on. Y'all, it's a beautiful fall day out here. And this toner cartridge stuff has just been the gift that keeps on giving. We're already into $400 in sales. Have another one coming up here in a minute. This one from Brothers sold. I paid 25 bucks for all this, and we'll make darn near $1,000 on it. And this one sold for $30 plus shipping. And we have a combo buy. This one went to Laura. And see, look who's back. Didn't take long, just opened the door once. And I think, Laura, you're a viewer because there are 2 separate purchases here, which makes me think you're a viewer. So I'm gonna thank you. It's a Coach bag, really cool straw one, in very good condition. This Coach, I think it's Coach, right? Yeah, it's Coach. This one sold for, how much did it sell for? 50. The total order was 80 bucks. So this one sold for $54.95. The rest of this order was this woman's Ralph Lauren polo jacket, little quilted polo jacket. One sold for $24.95 plus shipping. Finally get rid of this cat and I get 2 dogs. What in the world, y'all? Isn't mama home? Isn't your mama home? And look at this. Check this out, y'all. Even more. And this was a quantity of 4 for this one. It's a DR 630 Brother cartridge. This sold for $179.80. That's crazy. Plus shipping. So these are some good sales today. Tomorrow's are even better. Crazy. And this comes after an okay week the week before and a poor week the week before that. But I think there's this interesting... There's something that corresponds. When my boy has a baseball tournament and I'm sitting there for 2 days, you know, in between games and whatever, I list a lot. And we had tons of drafts. So even though I was out of state for 2 weekends in a row, I was able to sit and list all those drafts. And the sales just came immediately after those things started to post. And what's good is they're not all sales from the things we were actually posting. Some of them are, of course. But these aren't. This is an older pair of jeans. It's Express, Re-Rock or something like that. Very not high end. But they sold for $14.20 plus shipping. And then another example of that. This one is even way older than those jeans. This is from 127 sale 3 years ago. And I remember buying it. And I pulled it out and put it on top of here because I knew I wouldn't be able to pick this whole bin up. This Arkansas bin. And I only bought this because it was an ashtray. It was crystal and it had a little platform. And I know they have some value. This one, I think we had listed at somewhere around $40. Maybe not that much, $35. And it just never sold. So we put it on discount, 30% off. And that one, it's a little loose, needs tightened up. Sold on discount, sold for $21. $20.97. For this little pedestal ashtray. See how it's a little wobbly, but you know, even boring stuff like that, I paid $1 for it, so I'll take it even 3 years later. And I still got a bunch more to go, but I didn't want to forget the Dibdit order from the 1971 Pillsbury Doughboy, little squishy one right there. We put this one over on Dibdit.com, deal of the day for under what the eBay price would have been. We sold it for $5. Plus shipping, and Lori bought it. So Lori, thank you for that. We're putting deals of the day over there all the time. Plus we have amazing auctions going on with all kinds of sellers. It's been really a good time. Come and check out our, is the Christmas one gone by already? I don't think so. Our stocking stuffer show. We've got some great holiday shows coming up. You may remember me talking about that giant lot of clothes that I bought for just about a little over $3 a piece. And I paid $300 for all this. And a lot of them I was selling for like 20 bucks, 25 bucks, 15 bucks, 30 bucks, depending on what it was. Well, some of them were low end. It's how I got the great deal on the whole lot. So instead of selling these t-shirts off like 10, 12 bucks at a time, I just put them all, or 15 bucks, I put them all together for 30. And it's not a massive profit, but it does save time, and it's still a profit. And I figured it was worth it. These 4 Carhartt t-shirts, we just put in one lot because they're all the same size and they're small. So instead of having slow sellers, put them all together, give somebody a deal. We are into these for, I don't know, 4 times, maybe $13. And they only sold for 30. But it was the right decision because it alleviated time to list the ones that are $15, $20, and $30 a piece. And we're still making money on it. What do we make on that? 13 into 30. We're probably making, oh, I don't know, maybe around $11 profit on those. So not terrible for serving a purpose of putting our time into things that are worth more money. And the more I look at it, that was not the right lot. That is the right lot, and that one sold for 30 bucks plus shipping. Hey, I still have much more to pull here, but I wanted to remind folks that we are doing, well, actually, I haven't even told you this yet. We're doing Black Friday over on District on Dibdit.com, and this applies to Dibdit as well as shopcommons.net. On Black Friday, we are doing no fees. District and me on Commons, and District and me and Dave and Carrie on Dibdit have decided 0 selling fees at all on those days. So if you are a seller over there, anything you sell, whether it's static or on a live show, will be completely fee-free, except for the transaction fee. What is that, like on all these 2.9% or something like that? But no selling fee. And on Shop Commons, it was 8% on the sale of the item itself, not on the shipping. So now there's zero fees on Black Friday over there. So if you're a buyer, go check out those shows. People be willing to sell stuff cheaper, and maybe even send an offer that day because they're not paying any fees on Black Friday. That'll be up in the future. I sure wish eBay would do something like that on, I don't know, Small Business Day or whatever. Just one day a year, make it eBay Day and have no fees. That would be amazing. But who knows? I know it's a lot of money, but at the same time, it's a great advertising campaign. So, anyways, WCW NWO. This is the slowest, or no, it's the lowest seller. I think we have $7.66. It's on 30% off right now. So if you want one, that's pretty cheap. Free shipping. I'm only making like $1.50 on it. I had something on my list here for a few days, and I have completely forgot to do it. This is well out in the future, but I thought, people like to make plans. This is actually pretty close to my birthday in March. March 28th, March 29th, Planes to Profit 2025 Reseller event. At this time, I don't have any plans of attending this event, but I'm actually one of the sponsors for the event. Me, meaning shopcommons.net, is one of the sponsors for this event. It's put on by Grams and Pops, and some other folks have helped with it. I know Alicia, the Inked Picker, helps with it. It looked like an amazing time last year. I always hear people from the middle of the country, flyover country, they say. This is in Omaha. So if, you get these Vegas events, and I think in Texas, and we did one in Florida, and Josh used to do his down in South Carolina. Or is that North Carolina? It was North Carolina. At any rate, this one is in the middle of the country. So it's Omaha, Nebraska, March 28th, 29th. Go check it out. Planes to Profit. PlanesToProfit.com. And go check that out if that's where you live and you don't want to make all those expensive trips. And you can meet up with some fellow resellers over there, sponsored by shopcommons.net. Looking at that page, I just noticed that American Bubble Boy is a sponsor. Resell to Ride is a sponsor as well. And I'm sure they'll have many more. I just pulled these out earlier. My system, I don't like to sell $14 jeans, which is what I did there and what I did here. But I was low on inventory, so I was buying anything that I could to sell. Now we're full again, which means that when I get full, I sell off all the jeans I buy on shopcommons.net. And I've got a giant auction going on. It's probably gone by now, actually, for jeans. And we put jeans that are $15 to like $22, $23 over there in bulk, and we sell them off. So this one sold for $14. That was on 30% off, so it had been around a while, plus shipping. Speaking of American Bubble Boy, that order has not arrived yet. Well, it's not an order. I asked for freebies from Joel so I could give them away to you during Q4. And so hopefully that'll arrive soon, and we'll start giving that stuff away. Speaking of giveaways, I totally forgot to do a giveaway. It wasn't really a giveaway. It was a best offer on Dibdit.com. Totally blew my mind for like 2 weeks. And then I saw it. I'm like, oh my, I forgot. So here we go. We were giving away a My Reseller Genie bag. And if anybody who put an offer over there for $1, I was going to just randomly select one winner. And I never did it. So my apologies. If you entered that, we do have a winner. But since I forgot about it, all the offers expired. So I couldn't click on it and accept it. So I'm just going to announce it here. Mike Bell, if you're listening, you are the winner of the My Reseller Genie bag. And since I screwed up, I won't even make it a best offer. I'll give it to you for free. So it was $1 anyways. So send me a message, commonwealthpicker@gmail.com, and I'll send you the My Reseller Genie IKEA bag for free. Which, speaking of, it's about that time of year. I hate doing this because I hate tax season. But maybe in the next week or so, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, we'll be talking about My Reseller Genie a little bit. And let me tell you, it is an amazing product from amazing people. I don't want to shield too much. I've already shielded. What have I shielded? 3 or 4 things today. But I believe in these folks. They're just amazing. They help so many folks. But it's code Commonwealth if you want to go try it out. But we will do a video about it. My Reseller Genie, if you want to be a serious reseller and grow your business, this is something that's very, very helpful. to a ton of folks. But go check them out. Use code Commonwealth or link below if you're interested in them. I love 2 hat days. You know, everybody, not everybody, but a lot of people have given up on hats, right? They're just not worth the time, according to some people. I think it should be in this one. Didn't take me too long to pull this one out of there. I keep plugging away on hats because there are just too many winners to ignore them. But I do get more selective over the years. Might not seem like it since I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bins full of them. But I do get more selective. And when I do sell them, they sell for more money because of that. And if I gotta buy them cheap. But this Makita hat, y'all, this little vintage rope Makita hat, this one sold for 30 bucks plus shipping. All right, Reagan's got some thank yous from CommonwealthPicker.com.
Charles got a black light, Elizabeth got a trash cash bag, and Anne got a punch-up ornament.
Those are some funny names. You don't even realize it, I bet, though. Elizabeth was the last Queen of England. Charles is the King of England now. And Anne is a typical royal name as well. So, anyway, the black lights, we still have a few. We still got quite a few of those left, but we're getting a little bit low. And single digits, I don't know how many we have left. I think like 8 or 9 left of the ornaments. So thank you, Reagan.
Bye, and don't forget to get your stickers at CommonwealthPicker.com.
All right, y'all, I hear a cat scratching at the door by this pepper. Oh, it's Wallen. And Wallen, somebody bought your ornament. What do you think of that? I didn't even know we had any left, but apparently we got like 4 over there. All right. There you go, bud. You want to say everybody hi? Turner's got some Commonwealth comedy.
What do you need to make Thanksgiving s'mores?
What do you need to make Thanksgiving s'mores? I don't know.
Pilgrims.
Pilgrims. I like it. Thank you.
Bye.
This next sale, this one shocked me when it sold. I'm like, huh. I mean, this came from last year's, which we're about ready to do it again. Usually do it in early January. So it's not quite here yet, but the Lost and Found golf course sale. And I think this year, if I got this, I probably wouldn't have listed it. But last year I did. It's just a little case for a rangefinder. And there's nothing to it, really. But it sold. It sold at 30% off, unfortunately. But it sold for $6 and... No, it didn't. $7.66 for a little rangefinder golf case. Plus shipping. I really can't wait to do the next video. This is a good day of sales. Next time is a great day of sales. And I'm super excited. Q4 is starting to ramp up, do pretty good for me. I'm happy with it. Give me an update on how it's going for you out there. Let me know the progress, if there is progress. Let me know if it's going bad, if it's going bad. I'm always curious to know. And I would also say this. Let me know if you are having difficulty with multiple cancellations. Have you seen an uptick on those lately? Let me know if eBay hasn't supported you in a like change of address kind of deal in the past year or two. Let me know that in the comments below. I hope y'all are getting ready for a wonderful holiday season, Thanksgiving, Christmas. I can't wait. I'm so excited. I love that time of year, even though my wife just hates it getting dark early. Anyway, thank y'all for joining us, and I can't wait to see you next time.